Ireland's rugged coastal beauty has long been a magnet for tourists, drawing visitors with its emerald hills, towering cliffs, and breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean. However, even the stunning landscapes of Mayo County couldn't have prepared its residents for the unexpected arrival of a bizarre and mysterious object that drifted toward the shore one cold morning. A solar-powered houseboat, having traveled thousands of miles from Canada, appeared on the horizon, stirring curiosity and amazement among locals. This unusual vessel sent shockwaves through the quiet coastal town, sparking intrigue, countless questions, and a sense of wonder. But what exactly was this strange boat? How had it managed to cross such an immense distance? And most importantly, who was the visionary behind this daring and unconventional journey? It was an ordinary morning on the Irish coast. Locals and tourists alike had gathered to enjoy the stunning vistas of Mayo County when something unexpected caught their attention. Through the dense fog, a strange object appeared, bobbing slowly toward the shore. At first glance, some thought it resembled an alien craft, an unearthly object carried by the waves. But as it drew closer, it became clear that this was no extraterrestrial spaceship. It was a houseboat, yet unlike anything anyone had ever seen. Witnesses noted that the strange vessel was moving erratically, as if it had no clear direction, being guided only by the winds and ocean currents. The situation quickly escalated from curiosity to concern as the boat's course became apparent. It was heading straight for the coast. Panic set in among some onlookers, who wondered what the vessel was doing so far from any known port. More pressing still was the question: was anyone on board? Greg Watt, a local Coast Guard officer, was among the first responders. After receiving a call about the mysterious object, he quickly made his way to the scene. As he approached the vessel, he saw through the mist that it was indeed large, massive even, bobbing in the water in a way that suggested it didn't belong there. It was unlike any boat or ship Greg had ever encountered before. As he and his colleagues got closer, a feeling of unease settled over them. The vessel had an odd, boxy structure, looking more like a floating shelter than a traditional boat. With no visible means of propulsion, no mast, no sails, and no engine in sight, it was clear that this was not an ordinary watercraft. Greg braced himself for the unexpected and used a megaphone to call out, hoping to hear a response from someone inside. His voice echoed across the foggy sea, but only silence greeted him. The crew cautiously boarded the vessel, uncertain of what they would find inside. As they ventured deeper into the houseboat, their unease grew. The vessel had a lived-in appearance, with scattered remnants of daily life, suggesting someone had once called it home. There were small furnishings, storage containers, and signs that meals had been prepared there. Yet, despite these indications of habitation, the houseboat was eerily empty. The real mystery, however, emerged when the Coast Guard found a message scrawled in black permanent marker on one of the interior walls. The words read, "I, Rick Small, give this structure to a young person experiencing homelessness so they can have a better life. No rent, no mortgage, no hydro." This simple yet powerful message turned the investigation into something much larger than a mere abandoned vessel. Who was Rick Small? Why had he built this unusual houseboat, and how had it ended up so far from home? Authorities soon uncovered the story behind the name. Rick Small, a man from Thunder Bay, Ontario, was known for his unconventional ideas and passion for alternative energy and environmental sustainability. A firm believer in self-sufficiency and minimalism, he had long championed the use of solar power as a viable alternative to fossil fuels. His work in renewable energy had already garnered him local recognition, but it was his most ambitious project, this very houseboat, that would secure his place in history. Constructed primarily from plywood and other sustainable materials, the vessel was designed to be completely off-grid, powered solely by solar panels. Yet Rick's vision extended far beyond creating a self-sufficient lifestyle for himself. He had a larger purpose in mind. He intended to sail his handcrafted solar-powered houseboat across the Atlantic, from Canada to Ireland, not just as an environmental statement but also as an act of generosity. His dream was to provide a free home for someone in need, a young person experiencing homelessness who could live rent-free, free from the burdens of mortgages and utilities. Before embarking on his incredible journey, Rick's plans had been met with skepticism and concern, particularly from the Canadian Coast Guard. Officials had warned him that his self-built vessel was not suited for the treacherous conditions of the Atlantic. The houseboat, they argued, was too fragile, made of lightweight materials, and lacked proper navigation or safety systems. Yet, despite these warnings, Rick remained determined. He believed in his boat, in the power of solar energy, and in his own resilience. With this unwavering conviction, he set sail from Newfoundland, leaving behind friends, skeptics, and authorities who feared for his safety. As time passed, news of Rick's voyage spread across Canada. Then, suddenly, he disappeared. Months went by without any word from him or any sign of his houseboat. Some feared the worst, that he had perished at sea. Others speculated that he had chosen to go completely off the grid, living in isolation somewhere far from civilization. Then, in an unexpected twist, the houseboat washed up on the shores of Ireland, nearly 20,000 kilometers from its starting point. The sudden reappearance of the vessel stunned the Irish Coast Guard and baffled locals. How had it made such an incredible journey across the Atlantic? And more importantly, where was Rick Small? Despite efforts to track him down, his whereabouts remained a mystery. Some believed he had abandoned the boat willingly, while others speculated that he had been lost at sea. The houseboat itself, though weathered by its long voyage, was still intact, a testament to Rick's craftsmanship. Inside, the message on the wall provided a glimpse into the mind of a man who had dedicated himself to helping others and promoting sustainable living. As word of the mysterious houseboat spread, it became something of a legend in Mayo County. Some locals saw an opportunity to turn it into a landmark, attracting visitors eager to see the vessel that had crossed an ocean without a captain. Others viewed it as a poignant symbol of hope and generosity, a reminder that even small acts of kindness could make a difference. Rick Small's message, to live simply, to help those in need, and to embrace sustainable energy, resonated with many who heard his story. His houseboat had become more than just a vessel. It was a statement, an inspiration, and a lingering question mark in an already extraordinary tale. Though Rick himself remains missing, his impact continues to be felt. His journey, fueled by passion and determination, has sparked conversations around the world about renewable energy, homelessness, and the power of human ingenuity. His houseboat's unexpected arrival on Irish shores is more than just an oddity. It's a testament to bold ideas, perseverance, and the unyielding desire to make a difference. Whether he is out there somewhere, continuing his quest in another way, or whether the sea claimed him as its own, one thing remains certain. Rick Small's vision and message live on, carried by the waves and echoed in the hearts of those who hear his story. His journey was unconventional, daring, and full of mystery, but at its core, it was about something simple, the hope for a better world.